right, now we're going to move on to proficiency checkpoint number 2. I'm going to go over how to do each example. So remember, we have our solving equations step-by-step card here that we need to make sure we have everything covered. So down here, step 1 says that we need to simplify the equation to the form of a number equals another number times the variable plus another number. Now, this is already in the form of mx plus b equals y. These are the same thing. Okay, these look like they're the same form. So I am done with step 1. So I can move on to step 2, which says to eliminate the constant. In this example, the constant, remember that's the number totally by itself. In this example, it is positive 6. In order to eliminate the positive 6, I need to do the inverse of addition, which is subtract 6. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Okay, 6 minus 6 is 0. That is gone. So on the left side, I have 3x equals, and then 12 minus 6 is 6. I've completed step 2 because I have eliminated the constant. Step 3 is to eliminate the coefficient. The first part of that is to identify the coefficient. That is the number directly attached to the variable. In this example, it is 3. The next part says if the coefficient is being multiplied, for example, if it looks like 4x or 3x, that's this one, you should divide both sides by the coefficient. So because this is multiplication, I need to do the inverse to get rid of it. So I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3. Remember the golden rule, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so I'm left with 1x, or just x, equals, and then 6 divided by 3 is 2. So my final answer is x equals 2. Now, again, I'm going to show you how you can check your answer off to the side, just in case. So this equation says 3 times x, which in this case is 2, plus 6 should equal 12. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. I know that I'm correct, so I can put a check. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing you how you can easily check your work. All right, the next example. This is already in the form of coefficient, variable, constant equals output, which is step 1 to put it in this format. So I know I'm ready to move on. So let's go ahead and draw our line through the equal sign all the way to the bottom. Step 2, eliminate the constant. Identify if the constant has an addition or subtraction sign to its left. Well, this is 6 and it has a subtraction sign. Eliminate the constant by performing the inverse of the sign that you see on both sides. So this is a minus 6. The inverse of that is going to be to add 6 to both sides. Okay, negative 6 plus 6 is 0. That is gone. So this side I have negative 3x. Equal sign has to go in the middle. Do not forget to write that equal sign. And then 24 plus 6 is 30. All right, step 3. Eliminate the coefficient. Identify the coefficient. This is the number directly next to the variable. If the coefficient is being multiplied, which it is here, you should divide both sides by the coefficient. So for this one, I'm going to divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. Don't forget to divide by that negative, okay? Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1. So essentially that's 1x, which we can just write as x equals 30 divided by negative 3. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. 30 divided by 3 is 10. So my answer is x equals negative 10. Now, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to check my work off to the side over here. So my original equation was negative 3 times x, which I now know is negative 10, minus 6 equals 24. So negative 3 times negative 10 is positive 30 minus 6 equals 24. I know that 30 minus 6 is 24, which does equal 24. Because those are equal, I know I got it right. And I know I'm correct. All right, next example. This is the last one for this section. All right, let's go ahead and draw our line through the equal sign. Step 1, simplify the equation to the form y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. I know this is in the right form, so I can move on. Step 2, eliminate the constant. Identify if the constant has an addition or subtraction sign to its left. Well, here's my constant, and it has an addition sign. Eliminate the constant by performing the inverse of the sign that you see on both sides. The inverse of adding 6 is going to be to subtract 6 from both sides. So 6 minus 6 is 0. That is gone. On the left side, I have negative 3x. Make sure you put the equal sign in the middle. 24 minus 6 is 18. All right, now step 3, eliminate the coefficient. So we identify the coefficient. This is the number directly attached to the variable. If the coefficient is being multiplied, you should divide both sides by the coefficient. So this negative 3 is being multiplied by x, so I'm going to divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1, so I'm left with 1x, or just x. 18 divided by negative 3 is negative 6. So my answer for that is x equals negative 6. I can go back and check my work here by saying, okay, my original equation said negative 3 times x, which is negative 6, plus 6 equals 24. Negative 3 times negative 6 is positive 18. And then I put my plus 6 equals 24. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 equals 24, so I know I did it correctly. Okay, make sure you have all of the examples written down, and now it's your job to go back and complete the U-tries for all 3 of those questions. Remember, before you bring your work up to me, you can check it yourself by substituting that number back in. If you get the same number on both sides, you know you did it correctly. Once you finish these, you can come get them checked off. Remember, you have to have work shown for them. That way you'll be able to move on to your next proficiency checkpoint. As long as you've gotten this far and everything's correct with work shown, you'll have reached a 75% proficiency.